Good morning, everybody. Sitting here in Tampa, Florida, and getting ready for the show at St. Pete Unity, and looking forward to it. Have been having a wonderful time. The weather has been really beautiful and warm here in Tampa, and the kids and I actually went to a big cat rescue yesterday. Amazing place where they had 165 cats, and we saw all different kinds. And you know, there's something about being right in front of animals, the wilds, and hearing them and seeing their power, and looking at the way they rest, the way they move, the way they sit, the way they gaze so intently at something. And so it was really quite interesting seeing all of the leopards and cheetahs and lions and tigers, and saw an animal I'd never seen before called a bitterong. It is a mix between a cat and a bear, and it was quite interesting, quite beautiful, and kids really enjoyed it. So we have been doing that. The day before, we went to the Moat Laboratory and Aquarium. Again, saw a lot of amazing creatures that I've never even seen before, but got to experience that. And there's been one big change that has taken place in the second leg of the tour. No longer have a teacher on board. I'm actually going to take over the homeschooling part of that as well. We have decided to move forward without a teacher. It just gives us more space in the RV. It is kind of a small space to have 3 adults and 2 children. And so this way we have 2 adults and 2 children, and now we have also Beth Hawkins, who is in the caravan trailing behind us and being such a tremendous support. She's actually taking care of now setting up the campgrounds and the different places that we go, along with a multitude of other things that she has been a huge support with. And so it just felt like things are moving in a little bit different direction, and I think I'm also feeling more comfortable and confident in just the driving and the moving and the shows and everything, that I feel like I can take that on, and it gives me an even greater opportunity to share this experience with my children. And it felt like the right time to move in that direction, and so that's exactly the direction that we're going. And so it's giving me an opportunity to do that. I am finding my rhythm in that, however, because that means that my traditional work that I normally get done during the day, I don't get done. So I'm having to figure out how to get the energy to do that at night, so that I can spend time with them during the day and accomplish the studies and the curriculum that is necessary, particularly for Sage. And so I'm working to figure out that whole realm and schedule, and this whole second leg is really very different. If I look back on the first leg of the tour, it was meant to be done without a plan, without structure, without any kind of coordination. And there was, to a certain extent, I think, certain ways that we did actually, I don't know that plan is the right word, but there was a certain level of subtle control there. Not fully releasing to say, okay, I can truly trust. And this time we're going that direction. We really have not, all the people for this leg have really reached out to us, have really set it up for us. We've got a lot of venues where there's not a charge, and we're just trusting that we're going to get what we need from those venues, so that we continue this tour in a comfortable manner. You know, I've never been looking for excess. I've just been looking to be able to have what we need, and I think that that's a message that we are here to share as well, is that maybe this is a time that we live our dreams and we come together and we do the things that we want to do, but we do it from a different standpoint as to what the world has shown us we need. We don't need all of the excess in the material. We don't need the image that has been portrayed to us. We don't even need the white picket fence and the big house and the 2 cars and the 2.5 kids. All of that is belief system. It's all just another religion, and it's time for us to follow our hearts and really seek inside ourselves as to what is it that our heart truly desires and what will really make us happy, and to not necessarily need all of the so-called material aspects that the world has shown us. And in doing so, if we each really looked at our lives that way, I think what we would find is, by not needing the excess, or not needing even more than what we think we need, all of a sudden there wouldn't be the expenditure in the world, there wouldn't be the waste, there wouldn't be the manipulation of money, because it wouldn't have the control on us as it does now. Instead, we would be more in charge of our lives, rather than charging after our lives to try to create something that wasn't there. There's a lot that's going to change for me this year. I can feel it. I'm going through a major personal issue in my life because of having left the marriage and some of the backlash from that. I'm going through a really huge personal experience last week, this week, and over the next month in regard to my children. And I'm just having the trust and the faith that they will be with me, and they will be, that this is all part of the last releasing. I'm very clear that for my own life, this feels like a true releasing of the last bit of enmeshment and codependence and denial and invisibility that I have allowed in my life. And I'd like for you to look at those words in your life. Really look at the words denial and invisibility, enmeshment and codependence, and see how they've taken charge of your experience. Because if you are like me and many others that I'm seeing, particularly this month, January and February, is a huge time of release based on the planets and how they're lined up. And so you have an opportunity to really step out of denial into your power, to really step out of enmeshment into your own authenticity and inner authority and power, to step out of codependence into independence and interdependence, and to step out of invisibility into visibility and honor and reverence. And so as I walk this journey myself, I will share with you as often as I possibly can in hopes that you too are able to take the steps to be powerful in your own life. If you're in the St. Pete area, come out and see me today at St. Petersburg Unity from 2 to 5, the Rebel Road Show. Again, different in every moment, new songs. Thank you, Nisco. Thank you, Greg Moy, Rick Beresford, Deanna Walker, Rick Batter, Tom Dalziel, all the musicians and songwriters. Thank you for the beautiful words and songs that you've given for this tour. They touch hearts and they open hearts, and they really bring such a richness to this experience. And tomorrow night, an amazing panel of women, and we're going to be discussing the divine feminine and the power of women today and what that means to be a woman now and to reclaim that feminine essence and utilize that power in the highest expression. So if you're around, I'd love to have you, and I will be in touch and be talking to you soon. Lots of love. In love, of love, with love, and as love. I'm Simran Singh on the Rebel Road. I'll see you. We're headed out west after we leave here. Take care.